Hello everyone, you should be able to hear me now. I'm Charlie Garcia, and we've got some rockets to build today. So let's see, alright. The chat appears to be functioning. How are we doing? Is that working? AOS, alright. Welcome, Joe. So, we've got our tray of parts. We've got our new we've got our old TVC mount. We've got our new TVC mount to replace it. We have the holder for the signal flight computer. We have the arm for the signal flight computer. We have the door for the signal flight computer. We have the locking mechanism for the avionics door. And I think that's all the important bits, so we can start assembling. Hi, DH, nice to see you back. Nathan, welcome. Welcome, Nathan. I have in fact finished my drink, but I've been getting some other work done today. So, all right. And honestly, really, I should drink less soda. Anyway, let's get started. So I think the first thing to do is to disassemble this. I think this right here needs to be in more pieces. We're going to take the rocket and set it over here just for a second, and I'm going to reach over here and grab a screwdriver. And it looks like the very first thing I have to do is we have to pop probably the... so the very first thing I have to do is we have to undo the set screw from that. So that means I need my hex key set, which lives somewhere. Where did my red hex key set go? It's hiding behind the laptop. So we've got these. This is all my metric hex keys. So we'll pop them out real quick. And I think I need a 2.5 millimeter hex key. So we've got, we're going to have to remove this. So the servo that's in this is this one, which means that this one right here needs to get released, which it releases just fine. So what we can do is we can pull the servo that way, pop this away, and this is now freed up, releasing this, so it's no longer attached to the servo. So now we can grab a flathead and just go ahead and pop this servo out really fast. Hi, Doc. Welcome to the stream. Hi, BLR. We've got everyone showing up. So the reason we are replacing this component right here is because my rocket is using a more robust type of airframe called quantum tube. And quantum tube is apparently a different diameter than what Joe originally intended for. So unfortunately, I'm kind of voiding all the warranties here. So if I crash this, I guess, oops. But I have secured permission from the board of directors at ERG to fly this vehicle on their August 17th and 18th launch. So we got the servo freed up. So they know I'm coming, they know I'm bringing it, and I have permission to fly it. So it should be a fun launch. I'm also planning to fly my level 3 rocket, Artemis, on a M795 moonburner. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm removing these two screws here from the mount to get the center out. So now that'll free up the rest of this. Did I take out the wrong servo? No, I did not take out the wrong servo. That would have been embarrassing. Alright, welcome, I am not in space. You did not miss much. The stream just started like 4 minutes ago. Let's see. Ryla, welcome. I'm doing well. I've had a productive day. Back to work tomorrow, but I've gotten a lot of things done today. Welcome, Rocket Nerd. Alright, so now we've got this freed up. So now we should be able to slide this out. You know what? I think I might have undone the wrong servo. I think this one may also need undone. Joe is about 5% cleverer than me when he put this whole thing together. So this is connected to this. So to get this out, I might have to undo this servo as well. So we'll just do that now. Hey, K2. Spain is cool. Where are you from in Spain? I've got family in kind of the Galicia region. No, there will be no dabbing on this stream. No, that's not a thing I do. I don't relate to. I'm apparently too much of a millennial or whatever the generation is that doesn't understand dabbing. I feel like I shouldn't be old enough for that to be a problem, but oh well. Just gotta remove the servo horn or the servo. Yep, servo's right here. Yep, so we got this. Factory calibrated 90-degree point. All right, Joe. So Joe is the expert on this system, and so we listen to him when he speaks. So that's that there. So now we can just pop this up and around. We've got the servo free, and we can just slide this out. Theoretically. Goodness gracious. I dropped it. It's okay. I dropped it. We got it. This is good. It's a little floppy, but good. Okay, so we got that. This is the wrong diameter. We get the rocket body, and we look at it like this, and we put this in. You can see how wiggly it is. That is no bueno. So last time we talked, I made a spacer that lined that up with this tube, but the holes on it were awful and atrocious and horrifying, so I decided to skip it and instead use this one. So this is new, and so this, when it goes in, it just kind of like doesn't, it's sturdy and solid and doesn't suck, which is awesome. Well, I am not in space yet. I'm glad you think that this is important. I think you might be overselling it just a little bit, but hello from Norway, I guess. All right, so this is what we need to rebuild the TVC mount around this now. So it still features the patented BPS Space logo. My webcam's not going to focus. There it is, BPS Space logo. But now it has this CGS patented stiffening, enlarging ring that makes it work better. See, science. It's patented to make it fit in the tube better. Now it's out of focus. Please focus up back here. Yep, here. Camera. This is the door. It's got the, we took the time to put the logo on. It doesn't show up very well. I'm gonna have to get like black paint or something to like rub into the depression so that it shows up better. Welcome, Matt. All right, so the next step is going to be to start to put all of the things back together. All right, so we've got, what are the instructions here? So I think the next thing to do, because the first thing we did was take these off. I think the next thing we should do is we should put this back. So we've got that, and we like slide this down, and we should be able to like pop it into place here. and do up this one right here. Yeah, that should work. So we'll grab one of the, so we got our 2 bolts here, so we'll just grab one of them and give it a try and see. Now this is made on a not BPS spec printer, so we have to see, make sure it still works. While we're at it, I'll put my tools away so I don't leave a mess. Always clean up as you go, otherwise you will have a mess and you won't be able to find anything. That's one. And then we got this one. Oh, that was a bad popping noise. I don't like popping noises. I don't see anything crack, so I think we're okay. Alright, so that does it. So here we've got this. It's a little stiff in this axis. It's not as smooth bearing as it was on Joe's system. It just takes a little bit of force that way. But this way, you can see in one direction, in one direction, it's very free. But in the other direction, you gotta put force on it. We'll see. I think the servo can drive that. It'll just be, it'll be a little stiffer. It'll be like low backlash. So this is going to fly. So just to bring home what we're doing, we're building a thrust vector controlled rocket, which is this thing here. And we are going to launch this next weekend on not, we'll change the camera here for dramatic effect, on not an H42 motor. Because I checked the sims and it was going to be going fast meaning approximately 110 meters a second, which is apparently 4 times faster than the warranty. So, we will be not flying on the H-42. I'll try and see, maybe I can find some F-15s, maybe I can find, I don't know, I'll find something. There will be motors. So Joe suggests that if I over-tighten it, the screws, it'll loosen it up. So we're trying that now. So that's 10 turns on that one. And it's nice and toasty because I just burned myself on it because I'm smart. So now if we try on this one, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. That's better. It's getting there. Wow. Focus. Focus. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's a little better. So now it's not quite so stiff. So now we need to get the servos back into this unit. Joe coming in clutch with the highly engineered materials developed in-house at BPS Space. All right. Kelsey, no, the speed warning is on the TVC system and the controller designed for the TVC system. If you start going fast, there start to be aerodynamic considerations on the control forces acting on the rocket. And the controller doesn't like that. Unless you have a really good model, which we should all encourage Joe to go do his LQR math. Anyway, okay, so we've got this. So now we need to get the control horn back in. So this one goes here, I think. So let's see. That's that one. And that. There we go. All right. So now that servo is reinstalled, so now we have to just do those screws up. And it looks not... Oh, I know why. No, I don't know why. Why is it so far over? So if you look at it, when the servo is in the correct location, the TVC mount is not straight. It's over a bit. So I'm going to have to readjust the 0 point. But I kind of think I knew I needed to do that anyway. So now we need these small screws. And these are just kind of a pain, but... And this part has never had these screws installed, so it's going to be like a huge pain in the butt to get them to line up and go in. But we will try. Oh wow, after saying it was going to be super, super duper hard, it took like 4 seconds. Wow, this camera is like aggressively out of focus. Does anyone know how to make this thing not suck at focusing? I'm going to take a second, we're going to try and fix this. That. And that. And that. And if we just bring it down, that's better. It might have just been too far away. The optics may not have been set up for that. So we'll just use it closer up. So we're doing the screw up on this one. Is that better? Does that look better for you folks? You know, by all means, keep chatting away. I just kind of read it as I work. There's only like 30 some of us, so don't worry about it. You did 2 all-nighters for Starhopper's first hop. Yes, Starhopper is cool, although, Starhopper is just getting started. I think it's got its first 200-meter hop coming up in like a week. And then after the 200-meter hop, then they'll start, I think, doing aerodynamic maneuvers and flips and stuff up in the air. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Oh boy, this is just a real trick. I think that's it. I'm sorry, you guys definitely can't see this, but I have like both of my hands on this screw to even get it like close to the right spot. Okay. What was the cause of the anomaly on Hermes 2? If I knew, I'd tell you and then I'd fix it, but I don't know yet, so we're working on it. There are a lot of smart people putting their brains behind it. Matt, is it a USB webcam or an actual camera? It's a USB webcam. I have an actual camera, but to be honest, I have no idea how to set it up for live streaming. Is MIT coming back to IREC? Nope, we're done competing at IREC. We decided to leave some... This is going to sound really crazy. We decided to leave some prizes for other people. In a 3-year stretch, we took 1st, 2nd, and 4th in various categories. So we kind of decided to go and try and build rockets and fly them on our own terms. All right, let's see. So that's that. So this axis is back to working. So now we need to get this servo back in, which is this one right here. And it goes like this, and then we just need to make sure that this rod can still slide through. There we go. All right. We got it lined up again, so we just have 2 more screws to go on this little TVC mount. Oh boy, it's another tight one. But I think we got it. All right. So that one's going in. Oh, servo's coming free. That's bad. I need like a vise or something. That'll work. Alright, so that's 1 screw of 2 in. So now I just need to do the last one, and then we can bolt it up and get it straight. So that's that. And then this one right here. Before we do that, we should make sure that this actually goes back into the set device. There we go. Yeah. So this is how we put it in there. So now we need to get that 2.5 hex wrench out, which is this one right here. And just you do up this little set screw right there. Sometimes it's called a grub screw. It just kind of depends. There we go. That's all taken care of. Welcome, Jack. Alright, MS, nope, we aren't going to lubricate the threads. We don't need to mess with the K factor on this particular vehicle. I'm sure the engineers at BPS Space put extensive thought into the design of the bolted joints, and I don't want to apply any uncalled for lubricant that would mess up their design. Do I have a set of helping hands? I do have a set of helping hands. I don't think they're strong enough to be useful here. There we go. Get it more out of my way. Alright. So now that that servo is installed, it's time to sit down and think about what to do next. Honestly, this looks really good, folks. I'm pretty excited with how this turned out. It fits in a lot better than it used to. So now I think the next thing we have to do is I have to make a confession, which is there's this beautiful hole pattern that I drilled on this body tube, and it's no good. And the reason this hole pattern is no good is because I drilled it off of the 74mm drill template, which means that some of these holes are much too far apart. Like the first hole and the last hole are much farther apart than each individual hole spacing, which is bad and not great. So I have to try again. So I'm going to open up SolidWorks real quick, and we're going to see about getting a new paper template. You always got to grab a mouse. There are some people I know who can do CAD with a trackpad, but I am not one of them. They are more impressive human beings than I. SolidWorks. There we go. No, I won't need a new body tube, thankfully. I'm not in space. This body tube will do just fine. I'll just drill the hole pattern slightly offset from the hole pattern that's already on here. Bad news, that X cable is designed to be routed into the part, not out. So Kyle, you're right. Kyle, here we go. Kyle, you're right, but I did this on purpose. So check this out. If you look at this part, this camera, if you look at this part, there's actually a lip right here, and that's because the extra 2mm of body tube lets me route this part, lets me route this cable, and you can actually see it sits underneath of that little ledge right Come on, focus camera. Right there, there's a ledge that the cables sit into, like that, and that lets me route it on the outside. So that means that I can now, if you look at it this way, the TVC can go all the way over this way without running into the cable that would normally be there. So I did that on purpose, but thank you, Kyle, for checking my work. That's always a valuable thing to do. The body tube is made out of a material called quantum tube. It's like it's a plastic fiber composite thing. It's pretty strong. It's pretty light. I wouldn't use it for anything like super high powered. And I will be flying on a rocket motor, probably an F-15 because Joe seems to like those, and the H-42 is not under warranty. Okay, let's get back to progress. So we got SolidWorks, and let's pull this one open. That's not showing up. SolidWorks, edit. That one. There we go. Shiny. Okay, so we have here the airframe. And so this airframe is going to be, we need to make this cutout and these holes for the avionics and this whole pattern here for the motor mount. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've created this tube. So what I should be able to do now is I should be able to insert a surface, which is a flatten. And if I select this, and I select the edge I want it to unwrap around, which I think is this edge here. Nope, not there. I want to select this edge here. I want to select, make it be that edge. It should now create a beautiful flat. Nope, just kidding. That is not what I wanted. Maybe if I select this edge as well. That didn't help. All right, we're gonna delete this. We're gonna select this as an additional entity. Nope. Here, why don't we try you? And then come down here, come and select that. Can you do that? No, it can't. All right, so for some reason that is unclear to me, SolidWorks is very confused by what I'm asking it to do. So just so that it's clear to you folks what I'm doing, I'm trying to take this tube and essentially just unwrap the face onto a flat surface so I can print out a sheet of paper that'll have the right dimensions for me to put on my sheet of paper. So for those of you who don't know the shiny reference, it's from a wonderful, wonderful piece of science fiction television called Firefly, which regrettably ended in like, it ended after one season when I was like 7 years old. Anyway, but I didn't watch it recently. I watched it like 3 years ago, but for some reason it really stuck with me. Goodness gracious, was that 3 years ago? Yeah, I watched it my sophomore year. Woo! All right, well, yeah, it's good television. If you haven't seen Firefly, go watch it. So I think it wants an edge. So we're gonna open this sketch up, and just we're gonna try something. This is sketchy, so kids don't try this at home. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a really, really thin cut out of this tube. And then we're going to dimension this to just be like itty bitty, like it's going to be 0.001 millimeters. It's just so small. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do an features extruded cut. And we're going to try that. Oh, it's going to complain because this is a 3D sketch. So now we're going to check and see. Oh boy. All right. Here we go. We got it back. Yeah, no, those lines aren't even like a little bit related. All right. So we need to undo all of that because I was dumb. Actually, we just need to delete that sketch. Yeah, make the sketch go away. So we need to insert a plane, a reference geometry, a plane, on this surface here. It's thinking about it. On this surface here, and let's have it just be coincident with this. Nope. Okay, so I can't give it an edge, so I'm gonna have to give it a point. So now it'll be on that. And then, on this plane, I will sketch a very, very thin rectangle. And let's just go back and do this again where we make it like 0.003 millimeters. Just something like diminishingly small. So now when we go out and we exit the sketch and we do an extruded cut here, up through next, it'll take out just this tiniest sliver of material. You won't even notice it, but now there's an edge here. So now if I go back and I do insert surface, flatten, I can select this face, but then I can come down here and I can select this edge. Ah, see, this is exactly what I wanted. Check it out. So now it knows what I wanted. So it knows to just unwrap this right here. So now if I take this, now you can see it's got the whole pattern already built into it. It's got this whole pattern. So now if we take this and we export, sure, DXF. And we'll just save it to the desktop and we'll call it airframe like cut pattern. And we'll just export this face right here. Save. Or you know what might be even better than this? I might be able to make this part of a drawing. No, I shouldn't do that. All right. We'll not be greedy. All right. All right, let me check on chat before I finish off with that. So, Michael, I would love to enable Super Chat. I just crossed the threshold for YouTube to review me for monetization, so soon-ish, eventually. In the meantime, just ask. We don't have all that many chats that you need to feel like you need to Super Chat something for me to see it. I try and read everything. If you do still want to contribute, though, you can go on my website, and there's a PayPal link if you feel the need to like chip me another can of Dr. Pepper, since this one is apparently out. Okay, yes, it unwrapped the surface. Unfortunately, not 18 episodes. I think we only got 12 plus a movie. Michael, I am on Discord, and I am on the BPS.Space Discord occasionally. I show up from time to time. I don't want to make Joe uncomfortable though by talking about propulsion things, which is basically my entire life. Let's see. Hello, Paulo. Welcome. Well, Joe, I do a consulting contracting for various aerospace firms. So if BPS Space wants to consult out cut guides, just let me know. And thank you for joining us. I'm not in space, and we'll see you next time. All right. So now what we need to do is I need to open up Adobe Illustrator, and I can hear my computer's CPU starting to melt already. And we'll need to modify the DXF file and then print it. And then what I can do is I can apply some adhesive and tape it onto the rocket airframe and then get my Dremel out and I can trim it that way. Ammon Keywall, that's actually a really good idea. I just didn't think to do that. That was like 5% cleverer than I was thinking. Maybe 14. I don't know off the top of my head. The last episode was Objects in Space, and the one before that was Heart of Gold. And then I don't remember all of them, so I'm just not even going to try. They were all good, though. Let's see. So Illustrator should be a thing that I have already set up in OBS. It, in fact, is. So it should pop up just as soon as it's done loading. So while that loads real quick, I'll just show you what I've got going on over here. That's mostly in focus. This webcam, I think this webcam likes giving me trouble. So this is the TVC mount, which we'll install just as soon as we have the new holes drilled. This is the avionics mount, and it turned out really well. You guys remember we designed this on stream last time. It's gotten a few more features. So it's got cutouts here and here. So when you put the signal flight computer in, you can get to the SD card and the USB switch, USB port, from the side without having to take it out. So I can pop the SD card in and out that way. It has these wire pass-throughs right here. So this is for the power. This one, do I have better light? Yeah. So if you look at it this way, oh, let's fix that. So if you look at it maybe from behind, you can see there are these cutouts. Yeah, you can kind of see them. It's got these cutouts here and up here for wires, and they actually come out on the top. Can I get enough light down there? This is a fool's errand. There we go. You can kind of see down in there. Anyway, so the power and the battery feeds right into the port here, so it doesn't have to like go looping over the top, and the power channels go through this port here and out the top right there to make the wiring nice and clean. The power system itself is a battery, just a 9-volt, but it fits on to this clip right here, which if you notice slots in with clearance for the wires on the side, like that. So it makes everything easy to access, and it hopefully will go together really cleanly. It also has this door that hinges open and closed so that I can access the switch to turn it on and off. But we'll do all of that in just a second, as I think Illustrator is now open. So we need to open I said open. It's thinking about it. It's trying. One of these seconds. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. All right, well, while it's trying to figure out if we can open it, I'll read more chat. Frames are dropping. Oh, no. Great tragedy. Uh-oh. All right, well, it sounds like we're having stream problems, so let's fix the video. All right, we better? All right. CMC, is the stream alive again? Nathan, you get yours resolved? Or I guess it's probably on my end with my cheap college student internet. It's funny. I don't know why like college students would skimp on paying for internet because like that seems like a high priority item, but somehow that's like what gets the short end of the budget. All right, so we're here in Illustrator. So Illustrator will let me import DXFs. It's going to think about it really hard though first. Oh, hey, mission patch. Nobody steal the mission patch. This isn't revealed yet. But this is one of the designs we're considering for our staging demonstrator. What I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to import, maybe open. Maybe it'll just let me open it. Desktop. And just find DXF. I think I called it airframe. What did I name that file? Not that. Not that. Nope, nope. Ah, there it is. Got it. Found it. So we want it to be original size. And I think I exported it in millimeters. I need to figure this out. I exported it in... I'm just going to open up SolidWorks real quick so you guys won't see anything, but... Oh, for... I exported it in... millimeters. It was in millimeters. All right. So now I can come back to here, set it to millimeters. Yes, yes, original size. There we go. So now it should open in the right size. So now it won't be scaled. So now, if we print this, it will still not be scaled, and it should have all the holes in the right spots. Theoretically, if I did it right. Font not found on the system. Missing font has been substituted. Oh, well, that's fine. All right, so the stream is being not awesome, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close out of SolidWorks because I theoretically shouldn't need SolidWorks anymore. So, SolidWorks, adieu. Save all. And I will close out of literally everything else. All right, so now I think we've got it loaded. Let's see. If we zoom in, Let's get information on a line and see how long it is. This one is 900 pixels long. That's not a useful measurement. I don't know why this has like things listed in pixels long. It's a vector graphics package. Doesn't that mean that like pixels are pointless? But I guess it's not. So now we should be able to file and then print. So the very first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go get my Alright, so can you guys see me as I set it up to print? No, you can't. Alright, so we'll try and keep that short because I don't know how to make that show up. Alright, is the video better now that I've closed out of SolidWorks? Is it improving slightly? No, it's not improving slightly. Let's fix that. Alright, everyone stand by for just 1 second. We're going to get the stream technical issues sorted out. Alright, is that more successful? Let's see. Let me know in the chat if you can see what's going on. Well, whether it works or not, now we've got a spare printer handy, so we can get this printed out. And hopefully, while that happens, everyone is commenting in the chat that the technical issue has been resolved. Thanks for stopping by, Joe. Latency, I guess, is the price we'll pay for stable video. I guess stable video is better than no video. So we can go back to this here and get it printed. Let's see. Where did it print? It did not appear to print to... Wow, no, not that. That's not how I want to do this. Let's see. Do I have to set up a printer? That would be kind of embarrassing if I have to set up my printer on the stream. Alright, so while it's thinking about whether or not I have a printer, we can get started doing other assembly things. So we need to install the standoffs on the avionics folder, bolt in the signal flight computer board, and then we need to do the assembly on the door. So I think we're going to start probably by doing the door, because that's cool and it'll look nifty to show off. Wow, the frames are still just awful. Alright, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just close out of Illustrator and we will deal with printing this later, because clearly this is causing issues. Illustrator does not appear to enjoy sharing. Now Illustrator doesn't want to close, but that's okay, because we can let it close and then move on. File, export. We're just going to export this as a PDF real quick, so that way when I do have the opportunity to print it, hopefully it will let me do so. Let's see, we can export it as a PCT, WMF, none of those things are helpful. How about, can we export as PDF? No, none of those are options. I don't know why it's so hard to export as just something simple, but we'll export it as a PNG. And we'll close out of this. Wow. Alright, I'm sorry guys, I'm never opening Adobe Illustrator on stream again. It's just never going to happen. If we need the 3D mouse, we can pull out the 3D mouse. Here we go. Give the people what they want. Usually you'd use this in your left hand, but I could put it over here on the right. Goodness gracious. Go away. Stop being a hog, Adobe. No. I'm going to also try turning it off in here. Did that help any? Nope. No, it didn't. All right. Adobe Illustrator is successfully closed. That may be what we needed. And in the process of closing Adobe Illustrator, I think we also managed to get the printer working. I think it might have just been eating up all of the laptop. So we're going to try and print that cut pattern, and then we can go ahead and get that drilled. Let's see, what can open that kind of file? You can open it in like GIMP or something. What's the lightest weight? Can I just print it from here without having to open it? That'd be way too convenient. Can I send to printer? Nope, that's not an option that it has. All right, we will open with GIMP and then print it from GIMP. We'll see if that succeeds. What they want. Well, hopefully the stream gets better. If the stream doesn't get better, I guess I'll just have to call it and figure out why it isn't working. Because for some reason it looks like the stream is still like 3 minutes behind and just awfully, awfully laggy and dropping all the frames. So if it doesn't get better soon, we'll just have to try again another day, I guess. That'd be unfortunate. Streaming is a whole lot less fun when you can't interact with people in anything resembling real time. There's like 6 minutes of latency. It's like everyone else is on Mars, or heck, it's like I'm on Mars. And you gotta wait for the speed of light delay. You guys getting any more frames, or is it still just awful? All right, so I'm setting it up right now in GIMP. And it looks like it still works, and it looks like it's not scaling it, which is correct. So we'll try printing it and see if that works. Print, please.